Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and fasten your seat belts because it's time for a wild ride back to the 1930s, the era of the Great Depression when the roar of the crowd was replaced by crickets and the finish line seemed like a distant dream. Buckle up because we're about to take a journey through the ups and downs of the auto industry during one of the most turbulent times in American history. The year is 1930 and General Motors proudly unveils the Cadillac V16, a luxury car so opulent it makes the rich feel richer and the poor feel incredibly poor. With its 4,687 cubic inch engine, this beauty is the epitome of excess and refinement. And let's not forget about that price tag, $7,500, nearly $125,000 in today's money. But who needs practicality when you can have panache? Unfortunately, the masses do. While the wealthy few may have appreciated the Cadillac V16's luxurious amenities, the average person couldn't afford to buy one, let alone maintain it. And that's just the beginning of our tale. As the economy nosedives and unemployment soars, people tighten their belts and sacrifice their luxuries, including, yes, automobiles. By 1932, sales had plummeted by over 50%. Even the titans of industry weren't spared. Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler saw their sales figures plummet from dizzying heights to the depths of despair. So what did these automakers do to stay afloat in the stormy seas of the Great Depression? They did what any savvy business would do in such a market. They innovated or they died trying. Enter the age of frugality and functionality. If you can't sell luxury cars, sell affordable ones. Simple, right? Well, not exactly. It takes guts, ingenuity, and a whole lot of creativity to turn a money pit of an industry into a profitable enterprise. And our next stop takes us to the Motor City, where General Motors presents the Chevrolet Series Master, a car that looks like it just crawled out of a time warp and landed squarely in the 1930s. This boxy marvel is the embodiment of function over form, with its straight lines, flat surfaces, and lack of any fancy doodads. But don't let its utilitarian appearance fool you. The Series Master is a powerhouse with a 6-cylinder engine that delivers 55 horsepower. That's like having a personal locomotive to chauffeur you around town. And if you're wondering about the price tag, it's a steal at $635, about $11,500 in today's money. But despite its practicality and affordability, the Series Master doesn't exactly set the sales charts on fire. GM needed something more, something to truly capture the hearts and wallets of Depression-era consumers. And then it hits them like a bolt from the blue sky. Why not create a car that looks like a flying saucer from the future? Enter the Hub Mobile Airflow, a car so revolutionary in design that it makes the Model T look like a horse-drawn carriage. With its teardrop shape and streamlined contours, this car is the epitome of modernistic elegance. It's like an S-shaped ribbon that decided to take a detour from the stationery store and become a vehicle instead. But looks aren't everything, or are they? The Airflow boasts a 201 cubic inch straight-8 engine that produces a modest 90 horsepower. Not exactly the kind of power that'll make your neighbors envious, but it's all about the experience, folks. The Hub Mobile Airflow is the first production car to feature front-wheel drive and independent front suspension. It's like giving your car the ultimate spa treatment, complete with a cozy cabin that absorbs shocks like a marshmallow. And let us not forget about those massive 18-inch wheels that give you the stability of a yoga master on a tightrope. Despite all these innovative features, the Airflow isn't exactly a crowd favorite. In fact, it's so polarizing that it becomes a laughingstock of the industry. People snicker and point, calling it the bathtub on wheels. But you know what? Snickers and bathtubs can wait. This is a masterpiece. Just wait till Hollywood catches wind of this. Our next stop takes us to Detroit, where a new player is shaking things up with an unexpected twist. Meet the Briggs Cunningham, a car that sounds like a quirky uncle and looks like a vintage sports car that just jumped out of a history book. Now here's the kicker. Briggs Cunningham isn't just any ordinary car. Oh no! It's the brainchild of the Briggs Manufacturing Company, a company that specializes in building boat bodies. So what does Briggs know about cars? Well, not much, but they know a thing or two about crafting sleek, aerodynamic shapes thanks to their expertise in boat building. And they bring that same level of craftsmanship to the Briggs Cunningham. With a low slung profile and a sloping roofline, this car looks like a bird that decided to take flight before it learned how to fly. And let's not forget about that grille. It's a bold, imposing statement that says, "Hey, world, I may not know my way around an engine, but I sure know how to build a good-looking car." And while the Briggs Cunningham may be lacking in automotive engineering, it makes up for it in style and audacity. This car is like the peacock of the road, strutting its stuff with an air of confidence that only a boat company can pull off. But in the cutthroat world of the 1930s auto industry, looking good isn't enough. You need to perform as well. And that's where the Briggs Cunningham really shines. Roars. With a powerful flathead V8 engine that churns out a respectable 125 horsepower, this car has the power to match its good looks. It is like a thoroughbred racehorse that has been put on a diet and turned into a street-legal chariot. But despite its impressive stats, the Briggs Cunningham isn't destined for the winner's circle. In fact, it's discontinued after only 2 years of production due to a lack of demand. It is like a shooting star that blazed across the night sky only to disappear before anyone could catch its name. Now let's talk about an innovation that's about to change the game forever. Say goodbye to cranking your engine and say hello to the electric starter. No more wrestling with your car. Just hop in and start your engine with the push of a button. Talk about convenience. And while other automakers are still stuck in the past, Chrysler takes a bold leap forward with the introduction of the fluid drive, a fully automatic transmission that takes the guesswork out of gear shifting. No more downshifting or clutch. Just relax and enjoy the ride, literally. These innovations are game changers, but they come at a cost. The advancements require significant investments, draining Chrysler's coffers and pushing it to the brink of bankruptcy. But hey, sometimes you gotta spend money to make money, right? Chrysler pushes on, hoping that its innovative spirit will carry it through the turbulent waters of the Great Depression. And speaking of innovation, let's shift gears and talk about the Plymouth, a car that sounds like a scenic destination and drives like a dream. This compact sedan is the embodiment of affordability and practicality, making it the perfect companion for navigating the urban jungle of the 1930s. And let's not forget about that price tag, a mere $595, about $10,500 in today's money. But the Plymouth isn't just about saving a few bucks, it's got style too. With its rounded fenders, chrome accents, and sweeping windshield, this car looks like a bullet train that decided to take a break from high-speed travel and become a family sedan. And under the hood, the Plymouth packs a punch with a 217 cubic inch inline-six engine that delivers a modest 65 horsepower. It's not gonna win any drag races, but it'll get you from point A to point B with the grace of a drunken giraffe. But despite its affordability and charm, the Plymouth can't escape the clutches of the Great Depression. Sales figures plummet and Chrysler finds itself on the brink of collapse. It is like watching a meteor fall from the sky only to crash and burn before it reaches the ground. In the end, only the strongest brands survive the turbulent ride of the Great Depression. Ford, GM, and Chrysler emerge battered but not broken, ready to steer the industry into a new era of innovation and resilience. The rest, they become footnotes in automotive history, victims of a market that valued practicality over panache. And while the Roaring '20s may have been the era of excess, the 1930s taught us that innovation and adaptability are the keys to surviving even the toughest economic downturns. If you've enjoyed this episode, join us for more tales of automotive adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, keep cruising and stay tuned for more.